Well, good morning, my friends. It's your friend Kevin back again with navigation for the week ahead, which is where I use tarot deck and the moon phases to bring you a message for each day that we face and kind of an overview of what's going on this week, what you can expect energetically, if you will. The skies are ablaze with activity, particularly between the taskmaster Saturn and the planet of freedom and creativity being Uranus. So if you're feeling during the week that things might get a bit topsy-turvy, you're not wrong. The biggest what can I say? The biggest thing I can say is this is about pushing and expanding boundaries when it comes to limits, not boundaries you put down to maintain your sovereignty, but the boundaries that you expand so your limits are no longer limits, if you will. So the new moon is in the sign of Capricorn on Sunday. So even if you've already done your New Year's resolution, this is a chance to confirm them, to reinforce them, if you will. It's all about intentional planning for the next 12 months. It's time to follow your dreams and restart any relationships that may have fallen off. Reconnect to people that you have heart space for, that perhaps you haven't reconnected with. Find some common ground that digs you into some projects of some sort or another getting together. I don't know what that looks like for you. Make your 12-month plan for work, for play, and anything and everything in between. You can put travel in your bucket. You can put things, material things, cars, houses, clothing, whatever you want that you're looking to manifest and have happen this year. When you set clear intentions, the neuro pathways in the brain get a little bit of a push, a bit of a, oh, yes, we're going to do this. You can feel it, that physical kind of altering, that like, I am not sitting here in the doldrums, the ditch of doubt. I'm just going to get on with it. That's where the neuro pathways get an invigorated push. It causes action to set things in motion, if you will. Lay the foundations for manifesting whatever you want, bringing it into reality. You might want to start with the outcome of what you want by the end of the year and work backwards. I've sort of touched on that this morning in the Divine Daily Blast. Seeing things, like if you see things in all its glory, it might be a bit of a leap to get there. But if you then work it backwards, little bit by little bit, piece by piece, breadcrumb by breadcrumb, you can sort of say, oh, that's not so difficult to do. That's not so difficult to do. You can even create like a calendar map of what you want to achieve and then sort of like some action plans to get there. The universe is listening, and the universe loves it when we engage them in our activities, if you will. What else can I say about this? If you want to be married, then I would suggest, and you're not dating, you don't have anybody in your life, I would suggest you get into the feeling of coupling. Maybe you get into the feeling of moving in together. Maybe you get into the feeling of moving into their house and then moving into your house, or packing the boxes, or getting ready to plan a ceremony. That kind of a thing puts the gears in motion. Don't get caught up if that's what your goal is, to get married, have a couple, be in a relationship. Don't get caught up in the idea that all the other relationships haven't worked out. No, they have been the ladder rungs that brought you to where you are. So now you're looking for the other ladder rung that's looking for you. See what I'm saying? All right, let's get right to the cards and the angel numbers for this week. And for that, I'm going to need this camera. Those are my notes. I'm going to have a quick slurp of tea, if you don't mind. Here are the cards I'm using. Nice cup of builder's tea. And if you want to know what kind of tea I drink, I use a brand called Barry's. It comes from Ireland, and I put a drop of milk in the bottom of the cup and then put the hot tea on top. That's how we drink it in the United Kingdom. But I digress. Right, so Sunday, January 18th, a number 2 Angel Numerology Day, all about diplomacy, coupling, having the faith keep going. We've got the 4 of Swords. I've talked about that a little bit this morning in the Divine Daily Blast. As we go each week in the Divine Daily Blast, I'm going to uncover each card and make it work with the daily message. So you'll get a little bit more in like input into it, or what can I call it? I'll go with that. So 4 of Swords. Now, the moon, being a new moon, is in Capricorn. I talked about it being at 11:52 in LA, 14:52, that's 2:52 in the afternoon in New York, 7:52 in London, and 06:52 in the morning in Sydney, Australia. Make notes about what you want to achieve for the next 6 months. Now, the 4 of Swords is about creating a period of rest and recuperation, particularly if you've had a physical, mental, or emotional challenge lately. It's time to get restful, recuperate. This card's about recovery. It could also indicate a rest between hard-working projects. That's on Sunday. Moving into Monday, we've got another 4, but this is the 4 of Wands. Now, there's a lot going on this card. We've got, I better lift this up so you can see it. I love his artistry, Ciro Marchetti. We've got a carousel going. Got a carousel on the top. Inside the carousel, we've got the jokester just peering through. And then we've got dragons on the top, fireworks in the background. And then these 4 wands, each with its own dragon happening. So what does that even mean? Well, the 4 of Wands is about mounting energies of the previous 3 cards, 1, 2, and Ace, 2, and 3 of Wands, and bursting forward with everything up and running, growing, increasing energy, building, captivating. Things are running on gas. You've got steam, creativity, progressing well. This would suggest wild, untamed energy that has been set ablaze by the other 3. So this is coming up on Monday. Starting the week off with a jolt, like a push. The moon is also in Aquarius, which is the planets lined up to create a dreamy and productive atmosphere. So you get the 4 of Wands, and where the moon is, everything's moving forward. Imagine your dreams for the future and think about how it can happen, what's going to make it happen, and good ideas are going to be flooding in when you let those neural pathways in the brain set ablaze. Moving on to Tuesday, we've got an angel numerology number 4, which is about faith, and we've got our Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is about advocacy, delegation, commitment to a cause, champion a cause. The Knight of Wands is confident, he's got the drive, he can improve the world, and he could also be seen as a little bit of a fantasist. There's a beam of light coming from the crystal right here in his hand, which has got the dragon on the top. And so fire breathes from the dragon's mouth. So this knight is basically saying, I am not yielding to the cause of anything. Or it's an indication that you do need to yield to the cause. It's a little bit like the dragon saying, oh, hang on a minute, sunshine, we can't put the cart before the horse. Or, yes, I need to get on the cart and you need to get out of the way. So it's a little bit yin-yang energy, but it's very much on the physical. This is about focusing on enterprises, projects, actions. The moon will be traveling through the sign of Aquarius and heralding in the season of Aquarius because the sun enters Aquarius at the same time. Saturn a sextile with Uranus as Mercury moves into Aquarius. So you get this super powerful energy on Tuesday. Dream and meditate all you want on all you want to achieve. Be open to forgiving yourself and forgiving others so that you can unlock the anchors that are keeping you stuck. Allow the shifting and shaping that's going on behind the scenes for your highest good. Embrace being your unique self. Now, moving on to Wednesday. Whoosh! We got another knight. Now, these knights in all four of these suits, they are impetuous. They are go-getters. They're doing their thing. They're not quite the queen. They're not quite the king. They're sort of like this, almost like this Mardi teenager of each one of these decks. Now, here we have our Knight of Water, or Knight of Cups, if you will. This is about seeking emotional adventure, not being content with the superficial or the fake. The Knight of Cups dives into the depths of his own emotions, daring himself, along with others, to acknowledge the true feelings no matter what. This card showing up is about uncovering emotional truth, whatever comes to bear, and letting you know that you cannot avoid the feelings that you're having. It's almost like, whoop, up it comes. Go to see a therapist, that kind of stuff. Uncovering all kinds of deep emotion, facing fears, embracing the intuitive messages that you're getting. The moon has also entered Pisces. Pisces is that mystical, dreamy, emotional sign of the zodiac. The Sun and Mercury have connected. The moon is clashing with Uranus. So again, on Wednesday, we've got a lot going on. It might be too easy to run off at the mouth on Wednesday. Focus instead on communicating clearly, intentionally, without causing harm. Moving on to Thursday. Let's move these up. Here we go. On Thursday, we've got the Hermit card. Well, I love this Hermit card because the Hermit talks about using the divine masculine as opposed to the High Priestess, which is the divine feminine, and the Hierophant, which is kind of sort of that wise counselor in between. Now, like the High Priestess and the Hierophant, the Hermit is more solitary. While the High Priestess actions are on the intuitive side, the Hermit's actions are more self-awareness, more analytical. It's time to take a rational look at the intellectual characteristics of the Hierophant and bring with it I should say that a bit differently. The Hierophant is more public facing and works to improve others, where the Hermit is more internal facing, works alone and works particularly on himself. So on Thursday, we've got the energy that causes us to emerge with more inner light, more inner wisdom, seeking a higher sense of self, improving your psychic abilities, improving your psychic energies, an urge to rediscover the inner workings of your mind, inner workings of your intuition. This is a desire to be more in tune with the universe. The moon is making her way through Pisces. Mercury and Pluto are having a powwow, and it's a good time to get to the bottom of anything that's been taking your attention off your main focus. For any intense conversations, make sure to maintain a sense of humor, particularly if that sense of humor is aimed towards yourself. Now, moving on to Friday. Angel numerology number 7. Focus, focus, focus. Here we have the 10 of coins, and we're seeing our toucan in the jungle collecting the coins with butterflies. That's manifestation. That's time to get going. We've got everything we need. We're just collecting what we need, what's going on. This is coming up on Friday, and Friday is an absolutely lovely, lovely card. This is about message about advanced stages of a project. good investments with resources stable, settled, and almost growing on their own. This Friday's energy is about minimal effort to advance forward and maintain success or even profits if you're in business. On Friday, the sky is the limit with this card. The moon is shifted into an active Aries and Mars has moved into Aquarius on Friday. The energies are particularly potent as the moon moves through the first sign of the zodiac, being Aries, and starting off another cycle. You definitely have the power and you're definitely being encouraged to use it on Friday. Now, closing out the week, we have another night. So all 3 nights are showing up this week, which means here we go, people. Stop holding back. If you don't get out of the way, you're going to get run over. All 3 of these. We got the night of action, we got the night of thought, and now we have the night of money and hard work. Rolling up your sleeves, getting to it. But there's another boost because Angel Numerology 8 is showing up, and that's all about success, finances, abundance. It's like, yay, happy, happy, go, go, joy, joy, joy. Taking his lead this night from the 10 of coins, thinking about the end of the week, it's going to be all about your money and all about your adventures or abundance. The knight sets to work, rolling up his sleeve. He's determined. He welcomes the tedious, unexciting tasks that will support success and passion. Now, the Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Coins, believes that any problem or challenge can be overcome with patience and effort. This particular knight isn't afraid to do the work. He's not about leaps of faith. He's not about flights of fancies. He's not about imaginary ideas. No, he's more about the physical world and how things work. And as the moon travels through the sign of Aries, love and harmony are also in the air. Because she, the moon, also meets up with Jupiter and Venus. Jupiter, the planet of expansion. Venus, the planet of love and good feelings. So spend quality time with loved ones and do things that boost your happiness and your health. So there you go, my friends. It is a topsy-turvy world with a lot of forward movement, and urging you on Thursday, well, the beginning of the week, take a little bit of time, take a nap, do some reading, and sort of reflect. We go right into the 4 of Wands on Monday with woo, boom, chakalaka. We got to get together. We got to make it happen. And then we've got these 2 nights in the middle of the week, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. And then we move into the Hierophant, where we're like, okay, I need to regroup. I got to think internally. What am I really about? What am I really doing? And then going on to the end of the week, once you discover how you're going to make your money, how you're going to make your millions, or manifesting your millions, I love that term. I am about manifesting millions. I am manifesting millions. It's already on the way. Done. This is the kind of energy that we're moving forward. And, of course, we've got our Angel Numerology days backing it all up. All right, my friends, that's it from me. Stay tuned for tomorrow morning when we bring you the Divine Daily Blast. I love you. I love you. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the channel, ringing the bell, whatever it takes to grow this channel. Until tomorrow, be well. Bye for now.